Experimentation is necessary for the YouTube homies. Trying to see if people like 30-minute episodes instead of 1-hour episodes. You know, I don't know. One thing I don't like about it is sometimes you just get crazy long episodes.
Rendor won't mind if we spend the night here. Make yourselves comfortable while I craft us some new weapons.
Spend the night.
We can't afford to wait too long before tempering those materials. Otherwise, they'll lose many of their most valuable properties. So, Celine, would you perchance be interested in learning the arcane art of mishmashing corrupted remains into frightening weapons of destruction?
If you don't mind me watching you work.
Not at all, my dear. I just ask that you politely applaud when I'm done.
I don't know. You'll have to let me see if the final product is worthy of applause or not.
Oh, such harsh words.
Okay, then if you don't mind, I'll leave it to you.
You're still in recovery, Darian. Don't push yourself.
I guess. Good night, guys.
Good night, Darian. So,
Oh,
how did you find out so much about the corrosion?
Boredom, mostly. Back in the days when I was searching for a cure, I eventually grew tired of searching for answers in the traditional places. So I began studying corroded creatures, and my own limbs when I could bear it. After all, truth lies in both blood and flesh.
Is that a Carnelian principle?
It is. Carnelians believe in the sanctity and divinity of the body. And since the corrosion is a sickness of the flesh, I thought I should start looking for answers there. I made a few minor discoveries, but nothing conclusive as to the true nature of the corrosion. Anyway, you may as well know it now. My being a Carnelian poses no threat to you.
Why?
Any Carnelian that wasn't slaughtered by the Sanctorium centuries ago has been converted or assimilated. But you already know that. My aunt was the only Carnelian I ever met. Everything I learned from her. And everything she learned from her own grandmother. But she died a while ago, which makes me the last of the faith. My aunt hoped that we would launch a revival, but her plans were cut short when her brother, my father, learned of her ambitions. He feared my aunt had brainwashed his firstborn son to join an obscure cult that would bring shame and disgrace on the prestigious Firebrand family. To secure the family's growing prestige and send a message to me, he had his sister assassinated.
That's horrible.
Oh, it's pretty standard fare among Savras aristocracy. Trust me, you don't want to know the rest of the sordid story. Even if I remain a Carnelian at heart, I have no intention of converting anyone. I'm way past that now. Too many bad memories. And what about you?
What about me?
How do you handle the pressure? Finding a cure to the corrosion, saving the world, and so forth. Anyone else would feel crushed by such a responsibility.
Oh, I can handle the pressure. It's something I anticipated. Something I hoped for. Something I asked for.
How so?
I'm not satisfied with the state of the world, Isaurus. Living in fear and deception is not how humans are supposed to live. The way we're living right now, shunning each other, living in perpetual dread, it's beneath us. We deserve better, and we owe it to ourselves to be better. Putting an end to the corrosion is a tiny step towards making Harrion better. But if that's my mission, then so be it.
A fearless leader in all her glory.
But sometimes I'm scared.
What could possibly scare you?
There are times when I don't even care if I succeed or not. Facing death while making the world a better place is what I'm living for. I'm happy that I can lead a life without fear, even of the worst. Because sitting back helplessly, watching the world gradually decompose, that would be the worst.
Sometimes I wonder if you really are human.
Oh, make no mistake, buddy. I'm human.
Huh.
Isaurus, on some other occasion, I'd like you to tell me more about Carnelian beliefs.
I'd love that.
Darian. I guess I'm by myself, so I can't turn in those quests. There's only Darian. Pretty good stuff. I think I marked for that save point that I made a little bit earlier as a backup.
Darian. Darian. Darian.
What are you?
I am the second bearer. This is the third time we meet. Unless you heed my words, it will be our last.
You're just some corroded, talking tree.
You have allowed the seed of destruction to take root in your body and soul. For this transgression, there will be a terrible price to pay.
The seed of destruction. Oberos said that too. Is that the name of the Ascendance Crystal?
Listen to me, Third Bearer. There's not much time for you to learn to use it. The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
But I don't care about the fate of the world. If I cared about the fate of the world, I wouldn't have deserted. My sister, my mother, my family, and now Syl. They're all that matters to me. Why doesn't anyone get that?
Oberos understands, and he will use it against you, again and again, until you are destroyed.
But why? Why me? I'm nobody.
You denied the seed of destruction that day. You raised your arm against it. Now, you are responsible for it. It must never fall into the wrong hands, for the consequences would be terrible.
I never asked to be responsible for it.
You have to, for the sake of the people waiting for you on the other side.
Other side. Fate of the world. I don't care about all this. You're some voice coming out of the crystal, right? An ancient guardian, something like that? Then hear this. I would rather die than use that power and expose anyone to it. Find someone else!
I can't protect you from your fate, and will not be able to protect you from the suffering you will inflict upon yourself. But I can help you give your suffering meaning. Don't forget who you are, Darian. Always remember your true self. We have yet to meet for the first time.
You don't look so good, Darian. Are you okay?
Yeah, don't worry. So, are we back on track?
Yes, I've distributed all the new weapons. Don't be afraid to wear them with pride.
So I'll be the only one with a corroded weapon, huh? Can't say I'm 100% thrilled about this vote of confidence.
All these weapons are just like me, Darian. Ugly. They make you feel uncomfortable, and yet they will ultimately serve you well.
Will it leave him stranded in hostile territory too?
No, that's my own special touch.
Aren't you a joker?
Eusaurus,
Yes?
I'm counting on you.
Okay.
You copy.
Yes.
Towers in sight. Are you sure the Seed of Destruction is inside?
We've been over this already. The only other lead was that no-name deserter you wasted a week on because you had a hunch that the Seed of Destruction might be in his chest.
Must I remind you why I have been picked for this mission?
Yes, we all know of your gift. Believe it or not, magic and psychic abilities don't make it easier for us to justify our operations to the Defense Committee.
Maybe you can tell me something I don't know.
Never mind. In any case, the Seed of Destruction must be in this tower. If our calculations are correct, it is something to do with the massive energy readings coming out of the place. Your job is to secure the Seed of Destruction and, by any means necessary, shut down whatever operation is going on in there.
What kind of operation?
Some of our analysts have suggested that this tower is an antique anti-air defense system.
Are they trying to reproduce the Ascendants?
On a much larger scale, yes. It could pose a threat to us.
You have a short memory, Lawson. Those same analysts told you a month ago that the Ascendants couldn't possibly go higher than a mesosphere.
Regardless, Laura, we have a problem on our hands. This intel fell into Colonel Gregor's hands. And he made more than his case in front of the committee. Got them riled up. Persuaded them that once this tower is operational, there's no hope left for us. The fact that we still haven't obtained the Seed of Destruction doesn't help either.
That can't be good. What's the bottom line?
Unless we present them with proof of our success, the Colonel will receive clearance to nuke Estraya on the 6th of December.
Nuke Estraya? But what the hell are they thinking? Is the Assembly okay with that? How can they let this happen?
The Noah is coming. Our days are numbered.
Nuking Estraya. How could they?
I know how you feel about Herion, Myrna. Trust me when I say it didn't make things easier for us.
This isn't about me.
Listen, we've tried diplomacy. We've tried intimidation. We've tried to make them surrender by every means. Every time, the consort prevails. Our people are getting desperate. There's no way for me to call off the attack unless you shut down the operations here and get your hands on the Seed of Destruction. No backup, of course. We're on our own. And they want us to fail, so they can end this war quickly.
By the 6th. This is bullshit, Lawson.
I know. Call for extraction whenever you wish. I don't want you to die out there.
I'd rather die on Herion than be complicit in this. I will bring home the damn Seed of Destruction. You do whatever you have to prevent them from destroying Estraya. Do you hear me?
Gotcha. Stay safe, Laura.